I know that that IV literally saved my life. It got me off all the heavy narcotics, haven't gone back to them at all.
Hey everybody, Josiah Smith, PA, expert in all things functional, regenerative, and health optimization medicine. And today we are here with Roger, who has an interesting health journey for what brought him in to help with his current health conditions. So he's here today receiving a glutathione intravenous therapy, and the glutathione, being a master antioxidant, has been shown in kidneys and other organs to help with oxidative stress. So there's an acute injury, oxidative reactive oxygen species, and that will actually help improve upon the inflammatory response to the acute nephritis or acute renal injury that he had. Now, he's finishing up the glutathione, but there is something else that is incredible. It's a peptide called Thymosin Beta-4. Now, this is the thymic peptide. It's a 43 amino acid sequence, and it has been shown over the years to help with healing. It's been shown to help with traumatic brain injury, Parkinson's, cardiovascular injury like a myocardial infarction, lungs, and also recently it's been shown to help with renal improvement. So he's going to get a other push the Thymosin Beta-4, and this will go systemically. So he's getting a 5 ml vial that has been diluted for a total of 15,000 milligrams. So this will help accentuate not only the muscle spasm, the pain he's having, but it will go directly to that area where the problem is. So it's going to help with angiogenesis, which is the formation of new blood vessels. That helps with stem cells to that area. It's going to help heal and repair. And that's the next thing we're going to do, because he's just finishing the glutathione infusion.
Yeah, Western medicine has nothing for this type of injury. So you have to figure it out on your own. Luckily, I know Josiah. And so we're trying something to turn my kidney back on.
Right. And this I'm squirting into the intravenous bag is the diluted Thymosin Beta-4. And what we're going to do after he completes this drip, he'll have follow-up blood work to check his renal function, because that will give us an accurate measurement how well this therapy works. And by doing so, this will allow him to completely resolve a potentially reversible cause more quickly, since this is acute. So anyone that may have some type of renal impairment, cardiovascular, again, muscle, skeletal, tendon, anything like that, this has been demonstrated, clinically proven. It's actually a pharmaceutical drug, but the peptide is pretty amazing.
All right, I'm excited.
So we will follow up with him in the next week to see how he's doing with his blood work. So till then, Roger, we wish you the best of luck with this.
All right, thank you.
Here we are today, 3 weeks with Roger. And Roger had a crazy journey with his health. And if you review back the previous video, this is a continuation 3 weeks later. After he left our clinic, he received some intravenous Thymosin Beta-4, which is a very powerful healing, anti-inflammatory, immune boosting peptide, which also helps with pain, regeneration, all these things. So you got some high dose magnesium. And Roger, why don't you tell us, after you left here, you were taking OxyContins?
I was taking everything. I had been through a week where I literally thought I was dying, and I couldn't get any help. And so that week I had injections of morphine, laudanum, and then at home they had given me Oxycontin, and the dose was 5 milligrams. I had to take 15 milligrams at least 4 times a day just to get through the day with pain, with a 600 milligram ibuprofen and a muscle relaxer all at the same time, or I couldn't even sit in a lazy boy chair. I was in so much pain.
Yeah, this was a spasm he had, and he was acute kidney failure, which thank goodness is starting to reverse. But after you left our clinic, and boy, Roger, I would be flat out with that much narcotic medication. So tell us what happened that evening when you went home after you left our clinic.
By the way, when you have that much in your system, you can't hardly walk. I had to have my kids bring me water. I just was non-functional. But I think I got that IV around 3 o'clock, and I took my last dose of pain meds at 11 to go to bed. And then I set my alarm for 3 a.m. because I knew if I slept past there, I would be in terrible pain to take the meds again. I got up at 3 and I realized I didn't need Oxycontin again. Something moved. So I just took a ibuprofen, and then for the next 3 or 4 days, I took ibuprofen and never had to take Oxycontin again. I know that IV literally saved my life. It got me off all the heavy narcotics. Haven't gone back to them at all. So I'm back out here now getting another IV.
He's getting another IV because he loves IVs. But this is, again, supposed to help with the immune system. We're doing some magnesium, B vitamins, and at the end, we'll do a push of glutathione, which is, again, the master antioxidant. But to follow up with this story, his blood work, his creatine was actually quite elevated. It was 2.5, so he was having acute renal insufficiency, which was iodine induced from the contrast medium.
From the contrast, yeah.
And a week later, his creatine went to 2, and just, I think it was two days ago, it was, I think, like 1.48. So it's normalizing. And so, of course, the urologist said can't do anything for you, and you saw the nephrologist, the kidney specialist. And how
they
did that
don't
go?
suggest anything either.
Nothing either.
They just tell you to go home and basically eat well.
Yeah. And one other thing that we did, because through the research, we were looking at intravenous NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, which essentially does downgrade and we lose as we age, and this can also be regenerating. We're talking about cellular medicine here. So with Roger, we're looking at some alternatives. So we actually ended up going with a pretty cool technology. It's called ionophoresis, which utilizes a battery-derived transfusion of the medication across the skin, the capillaries, so it goes systemically. So he was getting 800 milligrams of not intravenous, but an application ion to go across the little capillaries when you put it on the arm for 4 hours. And speaking with the compounding pharmacist, we're estimating maybe 400 to 500 milligrams equivalent to an in-office IV session where you have to hang out for 4 to 6 hours. And here, once a day, 4 hours, and just make sure you take it off after 4 hours, because what happens?
You burn your skin a little
You get a
bit.
little skin burn.
I was watching football. What can I say?
So I think this is another component to his health journey for healing and regeneration, where the conventional medicine really has no answers. So with regard to all of that, I think we're making some good progress.
Yeah, I have to say, a week ago, I thought I was going to be compromised my whole life, that I would have half kidney function, and now I actually think I can get it back to almost normal or normal.
Yeah, and it's just about there. Well, listen, for those, this is an amazing journey for Roger, and he's been through a lot with his health too. And it's just a testament that if we look outside the conventional box, there are other alternatives available that can truly work with the body's capacity to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, Roger,
It's been amazing. I'm
it is
really
amazing.
happy with it.
Yeah, appreciate it, Roger. Thank you.